Season 4 of The Witcher lands like a cautionary tale of what happens when the show forgets what made it great in the first place.
Fuck.
Right from episode 1, it's a slog. I had to split it across 3 days just to get through it. And not because it's deep or layered, but because it's slow, meandering, and emotionally empty.
No. Wait. Wait.
Instead of plunging us back into the grim monster hunting world where Geralt stalks the continent under moonlight and moral uncertainty, we're stuck in a haze of identity talk, found family filler, and pacing that makes even the action scenes feel tired. The first red flag is obvious. Henry Cavill is gone. Liam Hemsworth steps in and, look, I'll be fair, he's trying. You can tell he respects the role, but what he's given is absolutely paper thin. The writing doesn't let him own Geralt. It just hands him dialogue that feels like leftovers from another show. The problem isn't Hemsworth. It's what the series decided to become. What once felt like a dark, dangerous monster hunter saga now plays like a fantasy drama about emotional baggage. Geralt's no longer the wandering stoic warrior we've followed through chaos and contract hunts. He's suddenly a man searching for family, trying to belong, and it completely undercuts the character's essence.
What?
The Witcher's power always came from his isolation, that cold detachment hiding real moral weight. Now it's therapy sessions between sword swings. The show softens what made Geralt special, and you feel it in every scene. Then the structure. Man, what a mess. Episode 1 starts with a bizarre storytelling device. Some guy reading a book about Geralt like he's a legend, followed by a girl retelling stories of Ciri and The Witcher. It throws you into this meta layer that makes you wonder, are we watching The Witcher, or are we watching people talking about The Witcher? In earlier seasons, you stepped into the world that felt alive, dangerous, lived in. Here it feels like we're being read a bedtime story version of what used to be a brutal fantasy series.
Leave me alone!
It is not clever, it is clumsy. The show literally asks, remember The Witcher? Instead of letting us feel The Witcher. The pacing kills it even more. You expect sweeping quests, blood hunts, choices that tear at Geralt's soul. Instead, you get people walking, talking, planning, waiting. The scenes drag and the stakes are completely blurring. Characters split off into side quests that go nowhere. There are some new political threats and magic arcs sprinkled in, but none of them carry tension. They just exist because something has to fill screen time. When fights do happen, they're quick bursts surrounded by endless talking heads. And Ciri? Don't get me started. Her storyline feels like it was pulled from a completely different show. She's no longer the hunted child of destiny. Now she's wrapped in personal identity and relationship subplots that feel forced and out of tone.
You serious?
Every time the show cuts to her, it loses that Witcher grit. It's not that her character doesn't deserve depth. It's that the writing forgot what kind of story this is supposed to be. Add in the constant found family angle and the overdone moral sermons, and you get something that feels more like a CW fantasy than The Witcher. It's like the writers wanted to make a different show entirely but couldn't admit it, so they dressed it up in Witcher armor and hoped fans wouldn't notice. By the time episode 1 ends, you can already tell where it's heading. Downhill. Everything that used to feel authentic, the grip tone, the loneliness, the monster fights that meant something, has been replaced with softness and chatter. It's all set up for what's supposedly coming later. And sure, Season 4 seems to be laying the groundwork for Season 5. Bigger threats, war, magical chaos, ripping up the book saga, if we can call it that, because there's very little of the book in here anyway. But as a season on its own, it feels like one long prologue. They introduce new groups like the Rats, tease future alliances, but none of it hits with the weight it should. You're constantly waiting for something to kick in that never does. Visually, though, the show's still strong. Gorgeous sets, The armor is decent, solid effects, but when everything else collapses, even that polish starts to feel empty. It's like watching a AAA game with next-gen graphics and a broken story mode. There's still craft here, but the soul is missing. And it's the same here. The heart of The Witcher, that moral grime, the solitude, the sense that even heroes can be monsters, is completely gone. It's been replaced by a sanitized, politically careful fantasy that doesn't trust its own darkness. So, here's the truth. If you love The Witcher for Geralt's grit, for that mercenary code, the swamp-soaked moral choices, and the sense that every monster hunt revealed something about humanity, this season is going to let you down. It's not unwatchable, but it's hollow. It's a shadow wearing The Witcher's armor. The Witcher has become a story about Geralt trying to fit into the world rather than standing apart from it. That's not The Witcher. That's not the guy we follow for 3 seasons. So if you're curious, fine, give season 4 a try. Maybe you will find something I didn't, but don't expect the same series. Expect a new tone, a new political agenda, and a new Geralt who's still trying to find his place. Not in the continent, but in a show that lost its direction. So my verdict, proceed with caution. The craft is there, the ambition's there, but the compass is gone. The Witcher Season 4 is a beautiful shell with nothing inside. And it's painful to watch a world this rich get stripped of what made it worth watching in the first place.